So, 45 days quickly came and went by, and I managed to do around 604 kilometers before the bike was due for its first service. Here is how it went. Before we dive into the details of the first service itself, here are some of the issues which I faced with the Speed 400. Number 1, squeaking sound from the front brakes when applied hard. Number 2, fogging of the bottom right of the dash when the bike was taken out early in the morning. And number 3, too much play in the clutch lever. Apart from that, I also wanted a 30-liter top box and tag grips installed so that I could dump my laptop bags into the box during my commute to office and get the tank more securely while traveling respectively. Unfortunately, the top box was too small for my bags and the tank grips were on back order, so I decided to let it go.
Okay, the first point, that is the squeaking of the front brakes, well, it resounded after the bike went out of the service center, but as soon as the hard braking was back, the squeaking began as well. But the brakes are good. The only annoying noise is maybe because of the ceramic brake pads which are being used rather than the sintered or the semi-sintered ones. So as long as the braking works, I'm okay. Next up is the fogging of the meter. While it's not visible now, it was fogging up, and unfortunately it couldn't be solved. There seems to be some sort of drainage hole in the meter at the bottom, due to which moisture also makes its way in. That's that. And the last one is the clutch being having too much play for my taste. That has been resolved. The clutch is, or rather the clutch lever is good and tight. The gear shifts are according to my taste, and all is well and good.
Let's talk about cost. I was delayed in doing the first service, and as a result, the free servicing token expired. But all in all, the only extra charge was for the water wash. The rest of the consumables were as follows.
Okay, this is the invoice, or the part of the invoice of my first service of the Speed 400. It's been divided into two parts, as you can see, the parts invoice and the labor invoice. The reason I still have a labor invoice is because I was late, or rather I missed the grace period of the first free service, so hence I had charges for the labor. And these are the parts which, or rather the consumables, which included engine oil, that is the Pro Lube 10W50 of 2 liters, had the oil filter changed, had the basically the O-ring lubed and the chain sprayed and cleaned from these two parts, and they replaced the strainer cap with O-ring. So yeah, the most costliest, or rather the most costly in equipment, or the part which is basically the engine oil, that is the Pro Lube 10W50. And yeah, the oil filter is extremely cheap. I think the kit spray of chain lube, that is the second most costliest item. That is actually surprising. I expected the oil filter to be costly, but apart from that, nothing else to be looking out of the ordinary. Next up, in the labor, yes, they charge you for chain lubrication, using of consumables on the bike, which includes oil filter and O-ring swapping, and then we have the last part for washing and drying. Normally this is kind of free for during the first service apparently, but since I was charged, I missed the bracket of the first service, hence I was charged. This is something which I actually found out to be interesting. That is, one unit is called 15 minutes. These are the labor invoices units in terms of how much time was consumed by the technician. So 15 minutes of chain lubrication, 15 minutes of using the consumables, and close to 1.45. So I guess 35 or 40 minutes of time being used for washing and so on and so forth. So that's that. It came to a total sum of 2,817. They rounded it off to 2,818. So that's that. So that was the cost of my service, or rather the first service of the Speed 400.
So there you have it. A quick video on what was the first servicing amount to for the Speed 400. I hope you guys found it informative. If you want any additional details regarding this, then do let me know in the comments. Till then, take care. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.